Gotta get the stream link up for everyone. View my channel. Reload. Reload. I thought so, yeah. If you just knock on the wall, that should work. Like, knock on the window, rather. My door, Sarah. My door. Okay. Let me just send the link to another friend as well. Okay, let me also respond to my wife. And let me watch the stream so I can see comments. Close. Thank you. Hi. To define the law, I'm reading the side text first to make it continuous. To define the laws of creation would have been no small feat even for the ear. Nay, having eternal life, and hence no sense of haste, would have only made it harder. Such tremendous drive for knowledge they must once have had. I struggle to reconcile it with the listless beings before us. Whatever answers they found, it did not bring them happiness. Like her master, Y'shtola seeketh the truth of creation. How will the truth of the ear, who uncovered all only to desire the end, fall upon her ears? 'Tis true that a lack of knowledge can beget fear. Therefore, in theory, by acquiring all knowledge, it may be possible to attain peace. But as Heidelin told us, those peoples who attempted to free their worlds from life's woes met with failure. And the Ea are among them, as their presence here attests. Oh my god, they did it again. The tale we are about to hear will not be a happy one. You may be intimately familiar with the problem, know it like the back of your hand, and yet be powerless to solve it. In the course of my struggles, I don't know where I got many from, I've often been made keenly aware of this fact. I wonder, have the Ea ever felt the same frustration? A fundamental truth. We will hear it, of course. Let us learn what has led such an enlightened people to this indolent end. Is that Belcher again? Yeah, there's Luis. Luis Belcher, everyone. Anyway. Ere we join the Ia, there is one trifling matter I would fain investigate. Laurel, gratia, might I trouble you for your assistance? But of course. My thanks. We shall head outside the abode, if you would kindly follow me. I know not what mischief you are plotting, Uriange, but I trust you have our best interests at heart. The rest of us shall go on ahead to Elegia. Lest you worry, we won't start without you. / bow. Ba, 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 ba. Man. Man. It's like the distortion world, but sad. Gotta replay Diamond and Pearl at some point. That would require getting a new copy of it, though. These guys are interesting. I'm gonna sneak up and look at them a bit more. Okay, fine. You earned that one. I think my favorite mainline Pokemon game was X and Y, but I did enjoy Diamond Pearl Platinum. Heart Gold is a nice one as well. Like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, rather. Of course you can fish here. Why are there fish here? A spring, and a sizable one at that. I hadn't noticed I missed the dune. Oh, a spring. Yeah. I hadn't noticed it amidst the dunes. Yeah, they do dunk on X and Y too much. I enjoy it quite a bit. It might be Fantasy France, but it's still good. Aye, this place shall serve. Is this the spring you wish to investigate? Pray, forgive me, my friends, but there is naught to investigate. 'Twas but a pretense to speak in private. You really love your secrets, man. Stop. You have our undivided attention. As we have established here in Ultima Thule, those denizens of ruined stars are recreated in their twilight days. Yet one question doth arise in my mind. So faithfully formed are the simulacra that they believe themselves yet amongst the living. How dost thou suppose this is possible? Thanks, Eris. Meteon has taken their hearts unto herself. Meteon has made contact with them while they lived, or I couldn't begin to guess. Not all of them. I'm inclined to agree. If Medion can make the emotions of others as her own, I dare say she would be able to recreate them more faithfully than had she relied on any historical account. By which logic she must have visited them while they Really? The dragons and the Ea both. Choices matter in this game. So too did I theorize, and upon that assumption consider how those two races might have met their demise. According to thine own tale, Metion perceiveth the emotions of those nearby as her own, a heightened sense of empathy intrinsic to her nature as an entelechy. In the course of her starfaring journey, she encountered beings who strongly desired a cessation of their existence. She would be powerless before that desire. Even as she possesseth the power to grant it, the power of Dynamis. 'Tis my supposition that, overwhelmed by their longing for death, Metion did unleash Dynamis and ushered the dragons and the Ea unto their doom. Of course, such was not always the outcome. Full many stars did she find already lost to ruin. Yeah, the dragons were killed by the Alphatrons. I would believe that the Ea were, though. Of course, I already read that. In order to create a terminus, however, the fervent desire for the end is essential. Therefore, should you struggle to find the way forward, pray ask yourselves this. In the place where you stand, whose soul is that yearneth, whose is the soul that yearneth most desperately for oblivion? Why do you tell us this now? And why only us? Ne'er again would I betray your trust. This pledge did I make to my comrades, but you're betraying their trust. In bringing thee into my confidence, I would remain true to my word. No. No, you aren't doing that. As for thee, let us consider it my fitting reward for the secrets I harbored for the Crystal Exarch. I once placed my faith in thy chosen path, walking at thy side, full knowing that we were bound for thy demise. I ask now that thou returnest the favour and abide in faith as I fulfill mine own destiny. If you say my debt has come due, how am I to refuse? "'Tis indelicate of me, and I know full well, and I can but beg thy forgiveness. Yet even if I must needs go to such lengths, I cannot well feign ignorance of the answer I have found within. The answer to the question, in what moment might I stand strongest? After all that we've been through, I will say only this. Do what you must. Do what you must and see your conviction through. I shall, my friend. I shall. Can we just have neither of you stepping on swords on purpose for a minute, please? Without further ado, let us go to join our comrades. Please, you don't... Guys. Watching characters set a sword up on the ground for them to step on, and then watching them step on it. Let us be off to Elegia. Hi. I gotta better look at that a little better. Man. I would absolutely be keeping my helmet on here if the Crypt Lurker helmet that I have glammed over this had, like, eye holes I could actually see my eyes through. But it doesn't. Oh, you are here already? Your comrades said that you would be late. It would seem your star too has been plunged into panic-induced cataclysm. We hope that our tale will not serve to exacerbate it. Did you guys have the same thing? Your companion in front, the one called Y'shtola, she seems the keenest to learn the truth. I pity her. We have been prepared for our recounting. To facilitate comprehension, the information will be simplified to match your primitive minds. I understand you've taken care of business, but if you are ready to begin, then so are we. While we waited, we mentioned our star's situation to the ear. They nodded sagely or something to that effect. Come, let us hear the ear's tale and learn what caused such enlightened beings to crave nihility. Don't mind me. Wish I could mod this. It seems everyone is accounted for. Shall we then?
Please, continue. Tell us about this truth you discovered.
Very well. Bear in mind, however, that the purpose of this conversation is not to impart scholarly knowledge, for such requires that you comprehend the subject matter, which you will not.
It's about the voice I was expecting.
We will forego the intricacies of our scientific, and from explicitly stating how much time you have remaining.
You are entirely too kind. I pray you recount your tale as you see fit.
In the beginning, the universe was but a tiny particle. Then suddenly, this particle began to expand. Having remained entirely in the bounds of your star, the phenomenon may be difficult for your kind to grasp. But this expansion has since continued unabated. Speculating that the universe could not grow indefinitely, we sought to learn what might occur, and made a worrying discovery.
Connection quality is low, it says. Seems to be doing fine.
The stars will continue to spread apart, as will their finite thermal energies. Eventually, all heavenly bodies will grow cold and freeze. No new stars will be born, and the universe will enter into an eternal ice age. proving that this determination was erroneous. We scrutinized our research from all angles, even as we sought to avert the everlasting winter. The endeavor proved fruitless. So infamously so, in fact, that it became synonymous with vain effort. The universe as we know it would end, and there is no way to prevent it. Beneath the weight of this knowledge, our society stagnated. Though we had time still, it was a cold comfort. Why strive for anything when desolation is assured? When our wealth of wisdom, accumulated since the dawning of our kind, would be forever lost. No civilization would rise from our ashes. No scholar recover our knowledge. In silence unbroken, naught would stir. Intellect was once our pride. Overnight, it became our shame. Our works, monuments to futility. Immortality, our greatest invention, became a source of suffering. Rather than suffer on, many chose to unmake themselves by means of etheric exsanguinators. Etched upon these stones are the testaments of such souls. Though many left no words at all, thinking it a pointless gesture. Once we have obtained vessels of flesh, we likewise intend to vanish. If you understand this, understand aught of our tale, you will abandon your quest for knowledge. Ignorance truly is bliss. If you would cling to your illusory happiness, remain primitive and pure. It is the only way.
Couldn't they have done more voices like this in, like, early ARR and stuff?
So that's your story. While I appreciate your advice, I will not heed it. Convinced though you may be of this truth, it is yours and not mine. Indeed, truth, I have ever believed, is in the eye of the beholder.
There were some beholders back there. You want to go look at that? There were some beholders.
Suggesting that we have reached a faulty conclusion. That our science failed us.
Hardly. As you yourself said, the subject matter is beyond my comprehension. And that, I accept, is true. I do not possess the knowledge to prove or disprove your conclusion. In my mortal years, I doubt I could even approach the wisdom of the air. But of one thing am I absolutely certain. I would not be happier in ignorance.
Ishtola, no! You mustn't!
Again? We're doing this again?
The most important lesson I've learned is that learning isn't simply passing one's eyes over words. Nay, 'tis when understood for oneself that knowledge attains its true value. This is what has sustained me, driven me onward in joy and wonder, in anger and sorrow.
We don't even need to do it this time.
The universe may end, and all may be for naught, but I will live as I always have. I will always seek out new knowledge, and no conclusion of yours, no matter how grim, can dampen my desire.
I suppose it is only to be expected. There feeble minds cannot fathom the terrifying gravity of it all. But worry not. We consider it our duty to enlighten you, and we will not stop until you grasp the full extent of our despair.
Uh-huh. This didn't have to happen.
Keep calm and listen well. Though my body will soon dissipate, there may be a way to restore it.
And you're banking on this
Admin's
again?
magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back.
Ugh. And give up how many lives in trade?
It would mean losing our way forward. This I only reveal so that you can promise not to invoke the magic. We came here knowing what victory may cost. So press on. Press on, and do not look back.
How is this going to lead to a way forward? And why?
I shall join thee. Subterfuge is not required. Thou shalt not suffer for mine absence.
If you both survive this, I'm beating you both to death.
My resolve hath never been as strong as thine. Full oft have I wavered in my decisions, and afterwards been stricken with regret. In spite of this, I may still stand with my comrades, supporting them as they attempt the greatest of feats.
It's gonna be just me by the end, isn't it?
I have learned in the course of our journey. And many though my shortcomings may be, I may also claim to excel in prophecies. My studies, into which have granted me the flexibility of mind needed to bend this malleable reality. Thus shall I hope that thou mayest have the strength to resist, and our comrades the strength to continue.
With you to urge us on, how could we possibly fail?
Have fun, idiots, I guess. Bye, I guess. Scenes like that don't even move me. Scenes like that move me. What the hell is that?
What's this? An extinguished civilization. Rekindle.
What's that behind her? The thing with red in the sky.
That's right. Our quest doesn't end here. We'll press on, and we will find you.
Me when I get you.
There. That's where you'll find me.
I figured that much.
Is that another star?
Did you not look up all this time?
Of the stars we visited, most were already devoid of life. And where there was life still, the inhabitants wished for death.
And yeah, Ares, I'm also here for my kids. Raha's fine, I don't care about him too much. He's just kind of a little pathetic cat boy that won't tell me he likes me. Love my kids, though.
But even death, we learned, isn't truly the end. It is but a part of the cycle of rebirth. Souls return to the star, or in its absence, a larger flow. And eventually they are reborn, alive again, to know suffering anew. True salvation lies not in dying. It lies in not being born. This is the gift I would give to you. To all life on beautiful Etheris. To that end, we created an egg wherein life cannot quicken. That dead sun. Attain it if you can, before your friends' emotions fade away, along with their protection.
I wonder what the excuse is for this place continuing to remain material is going to be after we, beat her up, assuming the friends do get restored. I actually don't know if they live from this. Don't tell me. I don't know if they live. Like, I know Alize is going to have to. I know Urianger at least is going to have to. Are you ready to continue on? Then let us make for where that light shone. Y'shtola and Urianger have opened the way for us. Ba 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 ba. You have a quest. Not right now, but thank you. Did I do that? Oh. Here we go. Never mind, we're doing quests. Yeah, I thought as much. Didn't I grab one? I did grab one, okay. You know what? No, I'll come back and do this later. They'll all be self-contained, and I don't need to fly until I get to the end. There's all that to worry about. They're not going to need me to fly until I get to the end. And the last quest is going to have a, ether current anyway. Cool plant. I think I know what the ruins of that world is. I think that's Alphatron. Oh, you're a bird. One of the little vulture guys. Wonder what noise it would make if I aggroed it, but I don't care. I wonder what that is, too. Man. Man. Judging by the direction, this should be the place. Some manner of ear device. If our friends awakened it, then it should be safe to use. Yes, I can feel it, the ether emanating from this arcane pattern. This is a portal, and no mistake. Let's see where it leads. What matter of place awaits us, I wonder. Yeah! Level Tricker. Those definitely make me think that Alagon technology certainly had inspiration from this. Oh, hi. Man. on. Ah. Hmm. Is that an aetherite in the distance? Hi. Amazing. Yet another civilization. Attacked as soon as you arrived. Not the most welcoming of places, is it? We must try and find denizens who are amenable to conversation. We should also get the lay of the land, see how far we can go. I'll help Alvino with that. In the meantime, you and Raha search for friendlier folk. I love this armor. Apart from hostile beings, take care with your footing. I mislike the look of this terrain. Not knowing what the locals are like, you'd best take care of yourselves. We'll find you once we've finished exploring. That's an aetherite, isn't it? Aetherite. I expect the twins will seek the outermost bounds of the Isle, so I propose we search the central area. There are machines patrolling here and there, sentinels in all likelihood. Like those you encountered, they will most certainly attack any who venture too close. So let us avoid them and look for others that appear more approachable. No? Not gonna come with me? Okay. See naught but patrolling machines in the area. They do not seem inclined to non-violent intercourse. Non-violent what now? Hang on, what? Yeah, okay. And... Hi. Come on, it should last. What the fuck? Interesting. Ether current. Kissing. Love wins. Okay. Weird. Gemstone trader? M051. This unit is responsible for the supervision and operation of the on-base energy plant. Please direct any complaints or suggestions regarding the plant to this unit. This unit will respond to them as efficiently as possible. This is Base Omicron, an outpost constructed to allow us to engage in combat with unfamiliar opponents. In accordance with Stigma 1's most recent orders, we are currently shoring up the base and our forces. Now we are awaiting further orders. Your cooperation is requested. Okay. I'll talk to the others. Raha can wait. The subject appears to be capable of thought, yet chooses to keep primitive armaments in possession. Further observation is required. mean. Ether current. Sorry, I'll read what you have to say. The storage crates around the base contain weapons and materials recovered from various systems. Accessing them, however, requires Sir's authorization? Rest assured that engaging with units outside the base will not register as hostile activity. We welcome additional combat data. However, engaging with Omicrons inside the base will place you squarely in the sights of our entire arsenal. You are encouraged to moderate your behavior accordingly. Okay. Weird. They're like clink-clangs. A lot of Pokemon talk for me today. Big. Ooh. Possibly accessible? No freedom for the gorgeous. And another one, Jesus. Like candy. You gonna attack me, you beta? You're going to. It's okay. I'll be far enough away for him to de-aggro soon. Weird. The prime decision-making authority for an entire machine civilization, the mechanism has been faithfully reconstructed in Ostrakhan Decahexi, originally hailed as Strategic Matrix Alpha-1. Catastrophic damage inflicted upon its systems resulted in its currently assigned designation. I understood so little of that, really. Like, those are all words that I know what they are and they mean, but they said it so boringly. Please leave this unit alone. Zzz. Additional entity detected. Look, Laurel, these machines do not appear to be hostile. Let's see if we can communicate with... I've been doing that. Begging your pardon, but we are searching for the denizens of this star. Bzz. Unknown light forms detected. Assigning generic label. Interplanetary travelers. Greetings and welcome to the planet. The planet? What? Could you please repeat that? It appears your hearing organ is unable to process the name in our tongue. It may be translated into yours as Alphatron. Our people, meanwhile, are called the Omicrons, and you stand within one of our outposts. The Omicrons, you say? And what is it that you do here? We are preparing for war. As we presently do not have a designated target, you have nothing to fear. Should your star become designated, however, you will be taken into custody or terminated. Not a little frightening, these Omicrons, but at least they seem to be forthright. I will see what else I can learn from this fellow, if you can try speaking with the others. Sure. I talked to all these ones already. Greetings, traveler. When venturing outside the outpost, beware malfunctioning units. They do not heed Sir's commands and indiscriminately attack all non-Omicrons. For the avoidance of confusion, please advise that Sir is the alias of Stigma 1. Sir issues instructions to our forces at the foremost of the 6 strategic matrices that bear the designation Stigma. Why are you telling me all this if we're going to war? This is measuring combat capability. Result negligible. Subject falls outside targeting parameters. Greetings, traveler. We are the Omicrons, and our objective is self-enhancement. In order to achieve this, we venture forth in conquest to acquire combat data and resources. Most recently, we succeeded in subjugating the homeworld of the beings whose strength was said to be without parallel, the dragons. Yet, though the endeavor yielded a wealth of combat data, the star was rendered barren and unable to yield resources. A subsequent costing determined that the losses incurred exceeded the gains. Autonomous weapon deployment complete. Vanguard armament upgrade complete. Munitions level satisfactory. Combat readiness assessment nominal. Awaiting instruction from Sir. Maintaining state of combat readiness. The rules of engagement forbid the harming of neutral travelers. As long as you abide our laws, you do not need to fear for your lives. You learned a few things. So did I. Ere we share our findings, however, I would believe it best to step outside the outpost. Come with me. I have a lot of notifications. What's going on? Okay, that's all. Ah, there you are. We finished surveying the area. This will come as no surprise, but there was no way forward. Uh-huh. I think I know who's dying next. There were portals like the one we used to get here, but those that worked only sent us to isolated isles. Then, as before, we must locate the embodiment of the emotion that bars the way. What of yourselves? Did you find anyone to speak with? Yeah, those lumps of iron back there. There were like 10 of them. They all sucked shit. So the Omicrons seek to advance themselves through conquest. Following their victory over the dragons, they stand ready for the next campaign, but their leader has yet to issue new commands, and so they wait. In such a place, who could it be that fits Urianger's description? A soul whose yearning for oblivion surpasses all others. Urianger said this during our investigation, before we joined you in Elegia. So that's the way of it. Why couldn't he just say it to all of us? Exactly, that is what I am saying, small woman. Given what we know of this place, it's certainly a curious state of affairs. While the dragons and the Ea longed for death, the Omicrons long for conflict. As much as that may lead to destruction, it must be considered a distinct desire. In order to find the source of the dominant emotion, I believe we should seek out their leader, this Sir. According to M032, the first Omicron with whom we spoke, there is a console by which we might communicate with it. M032 added that it would be a pointless exercise, but that in itself, I believe, is worth investigating. What say you? / nod. Ba-ba. Considering the Omicron's single-minded character, the lack of new orders does seem unusual. I agree that we should seek out their leader. Oh, the chat stopped. Now I can see it again. Let me go read back. Neck muscles from all that nodding. Those things are ripped. A pointless exercise. What does that mean, I wonder? These are getting more and more fucked up the farther we go. So these are supposed to be letters, then. I got no clue. That's gotta be an H. So the console we seek lies on the far side of this aisle. Given the nature of the ground, the route may not be entirely direct as it seems. Let us watch our step as we make our way. It's okay, they won't let you fall off an edge. Well, there's the last 2 blue quests. I know where I'm going later. Don't touch me. And you? Where are you facing? Oh, great. Leave me alone. Now you're gonna aggro too, aren't you? You bastard. Leave me alone. Hi. The glow would suggest it is operational, but how are we to interact with it? Greetings, sir? Can you hear me? Say something if you can. Awaken. Activate. Password. Well, I tried. Yeah, you did. This appears to be the console, but it seems unresponsive. Who'd have thought? Would you care to take a look at it? I would. She is good. You tried touching, smacking, and attuning with the console, but there is no response. No luck, I see. There must be a way to achieve it. There must.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
As am I. Operating such consoles is trying enough. But if we can't even activate it?
Perhaps there is a way. First, consider the world that has been recreated here. Its inhabitants were machines who gathered combat data to enhance themselves. And among the many wars they waged, the most notable was that against the dragons. As you've doubtless surmised, I believe this was the homeworld of Omega. Sid built a jamming device to defeat it, a device which generated massive bursts of lightning, its sole weakness. To suppress the effects of lightning.
Because it relies upon it, or something akin to it, as a source of energy.
My thoughts exactly. And there is a good chance the same is true of the Omicrons and their devices. So, shall I cast caution to the wind and try something reckless and dramatic?
No. I did the raid. I did the raid.
You still have it? Sid and Nero's legendary device which brought low the super weapon Omega.
I'm glad I did that.
Wait.
I'm glad I did that.
The actual device was much too big to lug around, so you must only have the control module. And there I was getting all excited. Never mind.
Damn.
An old-fashioned spell would suffice.
I tried to prevent him from inventing a sword to step on, let it be known. Great, now it's taking damage over time.
It worked.
That can't be good.
Wait, we have questions for you. Of late, no mission orders have been issued. Why not? Has there been some manner of trouble?
The extended operations unit is yet to determine guidelines for future assignments. All strategies are calculated, devised, and actioned in accordance with said guidelines. In the interim, all citizens are directed to maintain a state of combat readiness. And your plan, awaiting wave.
Can you tell us why the Extended Operations Unit hasn't yet determined the guidelines?
Unable to comply. Information unavailable or access restricted.
In that case, is it possible for us to communicate directly with the unit?
Access denied. Unable to establish connection.
Is there anything you can tell us? Have there been any abnormalities, like a threat to the star or widespread unrest?
Reply. Negative. All citizens continue to operate at maximum efficiency. If your operations are suboptimal, please proceed to a maintenance facility for evaluation. Otherwise, stand by at your designated post. End reply. End transmission. Closing connection.
I think I got a good idea of what's going on.
I could activate it again, but I doubt it would be productive. What do you think?
If all the Omicrons really were running as efficiently as it claimed, then I doubt they were hoping for life here to end.
I think there just wasn't any more life to go out there and end.
As this Sir told us, there just haven't been any new instructions, and everyone is standing by.
Should be standing by at any rate. If there are those that are neglecting their duties, perhaps we can glean a clue from them.
They're machines,
I propose
Alphino.
we take another look around, and also try to find the operations unit.
music again. I remember when we set Omega loose to deal with Shinryu. An Allagan weapon we once thought, and here we are now, visiting a recreation of its homeworld. I can only imagine how these beings will surprise us, or how else these beings will surprise us. Though I never encountered Omega myself, in conceiving the means to send the Crystal Tower to the First, we borrowed much from the Master of the Rift. Indeed, many times I did read the report of your battle. I believe I could recite it word for word. Omega's miniature likeness also survived to the future, if a little worse for wear. I must confess I was delighted to see it again in the present. Very glad I did that raid series now. Let us focus on our search for the outpost. Athese and I will try speaking with the Omicrons this time, in the hopes that we might learn something new. Meanwhile, perhaps you and Raha could observe from a distance? These beings are systematic and routine by nature. If there are any that aren't, it shouldn't be too difficult to spot them. If there are no questions, then let us begin at once. Fucking Louise. As we came this way, I believed I spied a promising vantage point. Follow me. I keep thinking those fans are like a really, really big one, but no, it's just a fan. Or something. No. Where are you facing? Come on. I'm gonna have to kill one of you, whoever follows me over here. Come on. At least hit Raha next time. And here we are. I see the twins are wasting no time with their inquiries. Let us begin observing the Omicrons. They are supposed to be standing by, so we should look for any that aren't. I see. I swear to God if the shoebill is here. I swear to God if the shoebill is here. You look like you're standing by. I can't tell what that one's doing. It looks like it's standing by. Ah. Wondered about Cecil says of lacking clear objective. Kind of regretting not clicking on the other ones. I'm sure it's fine. /point/converse. An Omicron wandering aimlessly. Where? Over there. I just pointed. I can't tell. Is there like a seat up here? Aha, I see it. No, it doesn't look like a seat. It's left the base. Let's follow it. Oh man, another one. I didn't even see that one. It's not here, but it definitely came this way. It must have used the portal. Time to go through and see what we find. This must be one of those isolated islands they talked about. Huh. Seeing these guys is like going down to Dark Souls' Tomb of the Giants and seeing the skeleton dogs the first time. Please, thank you. Interesting structure. Another interesting star over there. This is... what is your query? Ah, you found it. Slash nod. What are you doing here? I am looking at the tree. Quite an unusual specimen. But what is the device attached to it? The tree is a sample collected from another star. As it cannot survive in our environment, however, it requires life support. That is the function of the device. To go to such lengths to sustain it. Is there something special about this tree? Being foreign matter, protocol requires that we study it. As this task has been completed, the specimen may be discarded. However, when I behold the tree, I am made to feel as though there is a problem. In order to become strong, we have continued to enhance ourselves. Like we did countless others, we conquered the star whence this tree came. It is the last remnant of a dead world, and there is nothing towards which it may aspire. Yet it grows, extends its branches, sprouts leaves, produces seeds. Why does it seek to continue? Why was it made to behave in such a way, and to what end? I do not understand. Well, it's a tree. It's not like we're going to get any deep answers out of it. I see. Out of curiosity, does this pertain to your duty? No, it does not. My apologies. I shall return to my designated post and assume a state of combat readiness. So, it was acting outside of orders. Perhaps it's simply a malfunctioning Omicron. These are by no means uncommon. But it may also be a unit possessed of the ability to make decisions. One not unlike Sir. I believe this bears further investigation. To endeavor to live, even if we must depend on forces beyond our control. Tell me, Laurel. One day, when this adventure becomes a part of your epic, do you think I will be mentioned in it? You are just begging for it. I'm definitely not picking the middle one, but that's a very funny inclusion. Of course, why not? You truly think so? That would be a... Nay, I shouldn't say such things until the moment comes to pass. Never mind the embarrassment. Well, we had best get on with our task. You are laying it on thick. Tracking down Sir and understanding the nature of the emotion which bars our way. Cute. We should return to the outpost for now. The others will wish to hear about the errant Omicron. Getting so close. Also, he's like good-natured and like actually sweet, other than the whole like self-destructive habits. He's a good person, aside from the whole, you know, self-destructive habits. Well adjusted, for the most part. A little bit too ready to lay down his life. I have given them the short of it, and if you would care to provide the full account. It appears the two of you made a promising discovery. Raha says you found a suspicious Omicron. That's good, because the units here would no help. They all had the same thing to say about the extended operations unit, that there's no way to arrange a direct meeting. Still, that served to prove that it's business as usual at the outpost. But enough about us. Tell me you learned something more useful. An Omicron trying to make sense of the meaning of life. None of the others were even a fraction as philosophical. Not even Sir. This unit may well be in a position of leadership. Perhaps even one that... Perhaps even one of those that comprise Sir. As we know, Omicrons invade other stars and enhance themselves using the spoils of conquest. With the technology at their disposal, they should be able to alter their bodies, be it in part or in whole. Setting aside the question of motive, if Sir, for example, wished to have an ordinary Omicron's body, I see no reason why that would not be possible. The problem is how to go about ascertaining if that's what happened. When attempted to probe further, it promptly ended the conversation. If it is indeed Sir, I doubt it would willingly reveal its true identity. I have an idea. I was stretching. This song again? Still? This late into Endwalker? This? We use lightning on the console again, but we make it stronger. Much stronger. At that moment, should the unit exhibit a reaction, that could suggest that it has a connection to Sir. An inspired idea. I dare say it's worth a try. I had a feeling you'd be on board. This time you must allow me to do the honors. I will stand guard in case your incantation draws sentries to the scene. I mean, it's gonna. For my part, then, I would approach our suspect and divert its attention. During which time, Laurel, I want you to observe it closely for anomalous behavior. I'm gonna be attacked, aren't I? I should mention that shortly before you returned, an Omicron appeared from the same direction. Rather than entering the outpost, however, it headed off towards the console. At first I assumed it was a unit on patrol, but perhaps... That could only be our errant Omicron. We must seek it out and begin our operation at once. All right. Alphino and I will stand by the console, and when it's time, I'll unleash a veritable storm. And by that you mean Ver Thunder. This will work, I'm sure of it. After all, our comrades are watching over us. Come, my friend. Let us find this doubt-plagued Omicron. Go away. Man. There was a long while during the Heidelin fight where I stood around and just looked at the scenery. It is you again. What is your query? You are the one that was observing the tree, are you not? Full glad I am to find you again. I have a question for you, you see, about the device which sustains the tree. Provided it does not necessitate the disclosure of restricted information, very well. Raha has begun distracting the Omicron. Soon, Alize will strike the console with lightning. Observe him closely for anomalous behavior after Alize has cast her spell. Gonna make it easy. An anomaly, you say? Performing diagnostic. Error confirmed. My connection to Central Command is suffering from intermittent failures. I must leave at once and present myself for maintenance to the nearest facility. You will excuse me. What you need, my friend, isn't maintenance, it is to confront the truth. While we spoke, our comrades struck the console used to communicate with Sir. That is the cause for your anomaly. You are connected to Sir, aren't you? Affirmative. They're just having a nice time standing. To what end you sought to assert this fact, I do not know, but before we speak further, we must move away from the other units. I do not wish for them to know my true identity. Very well. Our friends are at the console. Let us head there. You don't have to do a fade out for this. You don't have to do a fade out for this. You can just teleport us. Please. No. Worse, you're gonna make me walk. Great. Talking to everybody now, but this time 20 feet to the left. No, not the chicken. If not as amiss with the other Omicrons, I dare to hope we have found that which prevents our advance. Raha. Raha, we need to have a talk. You are not going to sacrifice yourself this time, okay? You're not doing this? You're not going to invent another sword to fall on? This unit struggles to understand why the tree continues to grow despite being destined to die. Let it shed light on its doubts that we may shine the way forward. A little jolt works wonders, doesn't it? All that's left is to have this Omicron divulge the truth to us. Surprised I wasn't attacked during any of that.
As you have surmised, I am part of the shared intelligence of Stigma 1. It was my charge to determine the optimal path to achieving my prime function. His body had been abandoned by its former owner and lay unused. I took it and abandoned my own, and with it, my duty.
May we ask why you did this? From what we gather, it seems to be a personal matter.
Our kind did not always look as we do now. Long ago, we possessed frail and feeble bodies. Beleaguered by stronger races, our ancestors took to augmenting their flesh in order to defend themselves. What began with limited parts eventually spread to the whole body, and at last, a means was discovered to convert the mind into data, rendering even the brain obsolete. Such complete mechanical beings were called the Omicrons, and by their might, we came to reign supreme over the star. But even then, we did not feel secure. For we knew that the universe was home to civilizations aside from our own. Civilizations that may be stronger still than us. Rather than risk becoming the subjugated, we chose to become the subjugator. We began our conquest of the stars, that we might acquire the resources and knowledge we needed to reign supreme. We were successful in that endeavor. So powerful did we become, we could lay low even the mighty dragons. But then something unexpected happened. I began experiencing an error. I could no longer determine an optimal path.
You were malfunctioning.
I performed numerous full system scans, each time finding no issues. Yet the error persisted. It was then that I speculated. What could happen if we grew so powerful as to have no equal? To become stronger was essential to our existence. Our every action has been in service to this objective.
Man, the
But
music.
if nothing lies beyond this, can it be truly said that it was essential? Have we been engaging only in wanton destruction?
Bing, bing, bing.
You could find no threat to justify your purpose.
The Omicrons will never leave this star. They will stand by until their reserves of energy is spent. For I have no path to offer them.
It is not our place to pass judgment on the deeds of the Omicrons. But surely, this does not have to spell the end of your people. With your power and knowledge, the possibilities are endless. Why not seek out a new purpose?
Make music.
That is impossible.
Sure.
In the beginning, we had a higher purpose than our pursuit of power. But we lost sight of it when we so inevitably altered our fundamental forms. When we cast aside our flesh, so too did we cast aside all that defined us. Nothing remains of who we once were. I have no aspirations. No longer can I dream. The vital spark is lost. Lost in its circuitry and code and commands.
But you're still feeling something. That's why the entire place is being warped by you. Rahamon.
I believe I know how to overcome this despair. The words are ready in my mind, but ere I speak them,
Don't.
I want you to make me a promise.
No.
Be it across time or space, our promises have always connected us. And so I ask that you indulge me once more. That this won't be the end.
Then don't do it. Do it from like 30 feet away. Man. I'm tempted to pick the mean option for once. I'm tempted. Like, he'll probably take it well. The story doesn't have choices. He'll live. I know how this game goes.
Is that so? In that case, I won't hold back.
If you survive, I'm chopping you up into catboy salad.
I want to visit Ishgard with you. Properly. We scarcely had time to look around last time. I should like it very much if you could show me the sights.
Because they're just, like, motionless. Is he asking her out?
Next,
right now?
You must regale me with your greatest adventures, in the places where you lived them, if possible. I may have read about all your deeds, but there's no substitute for a first-hand account. And last but not least, a new adventure together. Unlike any we've experienced before.
Is this the only reason the Dawn Trail's happening?
Cross the seas and take to the skies upon the eternal wind, and it will be marvelous. It will. If you would humor me a moment, when we awaken each morning, how can we prove that we're the same individual who retired the night before?
Ship of
Through the
Theseus
remembrance
time.
of past events, we might say. We have our memories, yet there are times when we forget or recall incorrectly. What of our bodies, then? It is the same one, we might say, yet technically speaking, as living beings, our bodies are constantly changing. It will never be as it was at an earlier point in time. Our souls are no more immutable. On our star, people are known to inherit the souls of others, yet they are decidedly different beings. For my part, I've subjected my totality to much and more. I've made my body into an extension of a tower, blended my soul and memories with those of another self. And each time I would ask myself, what is it that makes me, me?
Self-destruction.
Were you able to determine an answer?
No. But that doesn't mean I'm confused. It simply means I'm the same as everyone else. So I posit this. Who we were need not prescribe what we now hold in our hearts. Whatever came before, what matters most is the present. For me, that is being here with my friends, full proud of how much we've grown together.
And you're not going to be here with your friends much longer if you keep doing this.
Do not give up. Heed your heart's desire and hope that the future you long for shall be realized.
I cannot. We cannot. We cannot understand desire, nor comprehend hope. We do not know how to create such things.
We are not unlike, you and I. I too have struggled to find the courage to express and embrace my wants.
That is a line that's always bothered me. Every time it happens, it's never true. Not once.
If you like, I will tell you a tale. A tale of a world on the brink. Of a people who never gave up on the future. Of a man who realized his grandest dreams and then awakened to a grander reality.
I appreciate the Heidelin singing. I don't know why you're surprised. I really don't. There, he finally succeeded for his first time in actually falling on the sword. Oh. I see.
You idiot! Just once, stay with us to the end.
Yeah. Who is this singing? Well, that's how it goes. The song part, I mean. Crystalline path. He paved it for us. They all leave so easily, as if it's nothing. How do they think we feel? The next time we meet, I'll give them such a flick. And that'll be just the start. We're at level 90. They're no longer giving us XP. A crystalline path. Ra has paved the way for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on. For our friends and all who wait us in faith. So come. Let us seek the path's beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. Ba, 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 ba. I love when games do the thing where the song is introduced one, like, component at a time. Because they introduced the vocals to the song this time. That's it, huh? You got anything cool? No? Okay. Why do you even have those things? He doesn't even have Gishel greens. He doesn't have these. I won't let it break me. Don't worry. I never have, I never will. Look, Laurel, the portal's opened. It will surely deliver us true. It must. Surely. Surely you two aren't going to die in the next one. I see that objective, though, on the tiny island. Great. Oh, right. The path. Why doesn't it show that on the map? Look up, Laurel. It's as though the stars are being devoured by the dead sun. And that's where we're headed. To the Maw of Darkness. Well, here's where the path begins. And it ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way. One step at a time. Oh, our friends got us this far. Their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. Let's go, kids. Why does Alice have to walk faster? You guys need to take bigger strides. There's so many of these. Thancred would scout the road ahead. Ishtola and Urianger would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Raha would join in their discussion or else chat with me and Alice about the mission. Estinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. All the while you would come and go wherever you're needed, and together we would travel. All I can hear are my footfalls. My heartbeat, it's so much quieter now. But the fact that we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. They are. They are. Aren't they? Man. I am going to listen to all of these. And I am going to walk the whole way. Those broken stars I see. Shattered, ruptured, unraveled. I wonder if they're also worlds recreated at their ends. The sight of them fills me with sorrow I cannot describe, and to truth I cannot deny. Birth and death. Whence we came and where we'll return. A wheel from which there's no escape. The innumerable lights that shine in the distance. To think that they could all have birthed civilizations. To think that everything they built has gone to dust. Their peoples lost to despair. Of the stars floating in the sea of midnight, ours is the only aberration. And yet, no matter how many worlds have met their ends, with you and Alice behind or beside me, there is nothing I fear. No ocean so vast I cannot cross. You two are 12. This is the end of reality, and you two are 12. I enjoy that they don't like traveling single file, but they like to spread out. There isn't an aetheryte in there, right? Yeah, no, okay. It'd be weird if there was ether in there. Man. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now, I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive. I'd go about my day, relieved as the fragments of that life fade away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? That none of it... No. No, I won't give up these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine. They are me. The portal's barely visible from up here. Truly, we've come far. Much farther than would have been possible had we kept chasing the perfect ideals we did in the past. It is because we have known failure and frustration, that we have learned and grown from them, that Heidelin has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. While being 12. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me, don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone. And while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. Rest assured I am fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither need we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we're but a few steps away from Journey's End. It will be over before we know it. You two are so stiff. I will say again, I don't think I need Dawn Trail after this. I think this is good. I think this is a good closure. There will be, anyway. Sorry, Raha, you won't be getting your next adventure. Well, this is it. The end of the path and the beginning of whatever awaits. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless. Yet come what may, let us have no regrets. No, let us have pride in what we have achieved. In what we have achieved and how it changes us for the better. That's worth fighting for. And dying for. As they did. There are some structures up ahead. Still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must be, or it must sound, to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the same. And for you, most of all. Not that you of all people need it, it's just... After all the help you've given me, for once I want to be the one to help you. You're 12! You're 12! Love you both. You are 12. I think the only thing that could, like... That is really weird looking. The only thing that really excites me for Dawn Trail is specifically Viper. Otherwise, I don't care. What the hell? What is that? Hey. The what now? The necropolis. No, I want your... Okay. I want to talk to your sister. This is almost... normal. It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. Looks like a Clovis Bray facility to me. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both counts. There is simply no one here. I'm assuming that's Median. Yeah, no, I could have guessed. Median? Don't walk at the camera that fast. It's creepy. It's still a horror game. You're like a doll. Well, I found it when I arrived. Another star which once pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None lived to speak for the dead. They're gone. Gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. You make a lot of assumptions. It's a long one. It's not the longest one I've seen, mind you, but it's a long one. What if Median says it's true? What are we supposed to do? Kill? Attack, kill? You think you've got me? This form is barely a drop from the ocean that swells within the dead sun. Even so, I could easily unmake you. You are only still alive because of your comrades. They cannot protect you forever. Until they fade away, I'll satisfy myself watching you try and fail to find a way out of this lifeless place. If there is no one here, then neither should there be a motion to bar our way. Yet Medion seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? One way or another, we must find our way forward. Let us make a thorough search of the city. If Alize is discouraged, she betrays no hint of it. Whatever Medion may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. Ba 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 ba. Ah. I'm gonna keep reloading the stream until I can see those comments again, because I saw some comments pop up, but I don't see them now. Whatever. It'll be fine. I'll try calling out. Place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves with a loose few sitting on the counter. Vessels for beverages, in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. Don't say venue in the Final Fantasy community. People are not going to think the same thing. God, it's quiet. Up. You can't hide. I'm getting your dialogue. I'm trying to see if there are ways to reach the nearby aisles, just in case Medion was bluffing. I don't see why she'd bluff about that. Huh. Interesting, like, technology underneath the floor panels and stuff. Where's your brother, though? In the distance, you glimpse Alice picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no signs of life. If anyone can hear me, say anything. Your call echoes faintly before being swallowed by the silence. Ooh. Though set slightly off the ground, this appears to be a door, while the objects inside could be letterboxes. The door is rusted shut, and the film of dust over it all, or all over, suggests no one has come through in a long, long time. Dumbwaiter, possibly? it not for a thick layer of dust, one can imagine someone drinking from these cups but a moment ago. Median did make this place. I don't see why it would be different. Let me check this one too. Is Alfie like behind here? If not, where is he? No? Where is he? Oh. Hey, little man. The Isle's edge already, and there only appears to be this park here. How it must have bustled with life once upon a time. I can't really tell what I'm looking at over there. Like, I know it's rock, but I can't really make out the features of it. Okay. The shiny tree, then. Fine, don't show me the one I wanted to see. Laurel didn't level culinarian jump scare. This object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from some stone-like material. Erected in place of an actual tree, or to serve some other purpose, perhaps. Regardless, there's no one left to explain, to tell the story. Laurel, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alfino and compare what we've learned. There it is. How you faring?
Did you find anything?
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary.
You both are gonna give up your lives again, aren't you?
Yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteor seen.
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin.
Etienne.
And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will. I know. I know. But if there is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone, and for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain.
You better make sure your path goes up to that damn star then, and makes a way inside.
But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then don't sacrifice yourself.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even her. Why must she be the one? Why must she fight alone? More than a hero. She's a dear friend.
The reason I have to fight alone is because y'all keep inventing swords to fall on.
But to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet...
People don't give enough hugs in this game.
Alize, I have an idea.
There have been like 3 in the entire game.
Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave her a new one.
Uh-huh.
For instance, a path where she finds happiness at journey's end.
You're being philosophical and you're not actually posing a solution.
This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on. Thank you. What is it?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
Alfino loves to dally.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters. As did they share their own grim findings with you, overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars. Some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear. I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my fear. You spoke with the AAAAAA, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Atheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That meteor feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger. We rise, fall, and rise again.
Slash converse.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
For all these sacrifices, Heidelin better be in there too. What are these ats? Who at me? Mark as red, and that one I'll look at later. Did it get darker just then?
Please, please, oh, please let them all be safe.
About that. I see. Who was it? Which one of yous?
Cryo? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache.
Oh.
They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry. An associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
Oh, I know that armor sound. Xenos. Please tell me he doesn't, like, actually try and save the place. Please tell me he doesn't, like, get, like, a redemption arc or something after Alisaie chewed him out. Don't do that. Oh. Sorrow of 1,000 people, or 1,000 worlds, weighs heavy. And yet you can walk on.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
That's so slow. Put that away. This is also really slow. What the hell? Oh, okay.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
And we for our part are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
Through tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never foresee.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
You may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
One of these is gonna be Heidelin.
Let's finish this.
Or not. I'm sorry, it's still not showing me your comments if you're making them.
here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest. I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place.
I can see that one. Okay.
The
Thank
rejection
you.
of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled. Whose prayers were unheard. Whose labors were unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you. Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place.
Yeah.
You should have remained on the Theris.
I got sentimental with these.
Struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You've suffered enough.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
That's why it's too soon for this to end.
You must triumph.
Be safe, all of you, and come back.
After all these years, is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
Option A or option A too. Here we go again. I see. Why is Emmett here?
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes. And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls.
Are you two gonna sacrifice yourselves now so I can go forward? Is that what's happening?
But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious? Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Vanar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness.
So, did she store one of the reflections or something of Emmett? And I guess you said Emmett was unsundered. Did she, like, pluck Emmett out of the ethereal sea and stick him in this crystal? And same with Azim? Or Azim, with, Hythlodaeus?
Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear. Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far. And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. You will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Aetheris, past and present.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please. Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
Hydaelyn, standing in front of me.
To weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
Or at least Vana. She could have stuck one of her fragments of the soul in there or something.
Meteor, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being.
Feeling something.
In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those who knew. Learn to walk and run. So much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair. In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
What are you talking about? Oh, okay, I get it. Oh god, I have to see Thancred again? Damn it. I'm glad everyone else is back, but Thancred... Ugh.
May you ever walk in the light.
Thanks, Eris.
How disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
You'll find a way regardless.
You can give him one, Estinian.
Honestly,
You have my
this is
permission.
far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
You didn't have any hair there to, like, flick Y'shtola? You just kind of moved it over here, you didn't touch anything?
Indeed, that we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Athenas.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
You're getting a strong thumping. You're getting a strong flick right there on the noggin.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
Uh-huh. They didn't deserve to.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
I just noticed this little hook thing. It's hatching. Again. What? Well, huh? Sure, that's normal.
Can you hear me? The voice is within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow, hurting, hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our song of oblivion.
The way is open. They can proceed.
So it seems.
Bye, Hysladeus. Heart emoji. Bye, Emmett.
Of course. The encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Hydeling's magic.
But what about
More
Hysladeus?
than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible.
Uh-huh.
Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star.
That was gonna be the plan. I'm not doing it for you.
Sail to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play.
What is with that little hook on my chest?
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost? in Offerd's north. The fabled golden cities of the New World. The sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles. What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs?
Hi.
I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance.
Bye, feline.
All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the
I feel
will surprise you. As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Also, feline, all of this was streamed up from when I was back dealing with the Omicrons with those guys. I mean, yeah, I figured. I'm gonna keep referring to you as feline unless you tell me not to. Oh, sorry, there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, I suppose I can try one thing. If that's any better, let me know.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
Well, sorry, nothing I can do then.
I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
As different and mysterious as the ancients may be, they were people not unlike us. The first people to fall and feel pain, the first forced to find a way to rise again. From them we have come, and in our pain and suffering we are connected. I can't claim I fully understand the workings of this place, but in that moment, I felt I knew what I needed to do. I felt it was the right time to offer up this life I owe. That I could risk it all on the wager that the rest of you would manage without me. Full glad to see I was right. No need to explain. I have a rough idea of what happened while I was gone. It was a strange feeling, as though I was struggling in a pitch-black sea. A powerful tide was trying to wash me away. One that churned with hatred and envy for life. It was all I could do to swim against it. Then suddenly I was here. It felt long and short at the same time, hazy as in a dream. But through it all, one thing was crystal clear. You fought with all your being to keep your hopes alive. For all the lives on those stars whose light hath been extinguished,